Hello. Today we're going to talk about a very important, and increasingly urgent, topic: how to protect your parrots during extreme heat, especially in the context of climate change and global warming. If you have a parrot at home, you know how sensitive, intelligent, and dependent these birds are on a balanced environment to live healthily. And with rising temperatures worldwide, taking care of them is no longer just a good practice, it has become a necessity. So stay with me until the end, because in this video you will learn everything you need to keep your parrot safe, comfortable, and healthy even on the hottest days. First, we need to understand why heat is so dangerous for parrots. Unlike humans, parrots do not sweat. This means they cannot cool their bodies in the same way we do. They regulate their body temperature mainly through breathing and certain behaviors. When the temperature rises too much, their bodies work hard to maintain balance. And this effort can quickly become dangerous. Some early signs that your parrot is suffering from heat are: panting with an open beak, wings slightly open and away from the body, lethargy, staying still, more than usual, loss of appetite. If the situation worsens, it can lead to heatstroke, which is a veterinary emergency and can be fatal. Therefore, observing your parrot's behavior is the first step in protecting them. Now let's move on to one of the most important points: hydration. Like us, parrots need fresh water, and on hot days, this need increases significantly. The water in the cage should always be clean and fresh. On extremely hot days, it's ideal to change the water several times a day because it heats up quickly. You can also supplement hydration with water-rich foods. Fruits such as watermelon, seedless apple, pear, and cucumber are excellent choices. These foods do not replace water, but they help keep the body hydrated. Another useful method is lightly misting your parrot's feathers, as long as they are accustomed to it and not stressed. For many birds, this acts like a refreshing shower. Speaking of environment, this is another crucial factor. Your parrot's living space needs to be cool, ventilated, and protected from direct sunlight. Never leave the cage in direct sun, especially during the hottest hours of the day, usually from noon to 4 p.m. Ideally, keep the cage in a consistently shaded area with good airflow. But remember, ventilation is not the same as strong wind. Intense drafts can cause other health problems. If possible, use fans or air conditioning to help regulate the temperature. But always make sure the airflow is not directed straight at the bird. Another important detail is using curtains or blinds to reduce heat entering the room. Now let's talk about practical strategies to help your parrot stay cool. One method is giving your parrot the chance to bathe. Many parrots love water and feel much more comfortable after getting wet. You can use a shallow bowl or a gentle spray bottle with clean water. Another idea is placing cooler surfaces inside the cage, such as stones that don't heat up easily. They help reduce the perceived temperature. On extremely hot days, a slightly damp towel over part of the cage can help lower the internal temperature. But be careful not to cover the cage completely, as this could block ventilation. You can also use ice near the cage to help cool the environment, but never place ice directly in contact with your parrot. Now, it's just as important to know what to avoid. Never leave your parrot in hot, stuffy rooms. Never provide dirty or warm water. Avoid transporting your bird in a car without proper ventilation. This can be extremely dangerous in just a few minutes. And, of course, avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. These mistakes are more common than you might think and can have serious consequences. Another essential point is knowing when to seek professional help. If your parrot shows rapid, continuous breathing trouble, standing or keeping balance, tremor, signs of disorientation, do not wait. Contact a veterinarian specialized in birds immediately. In cases of heatstroke, response time makes all the difference. Now let's take a broader view and talk about global warming. Climate change is making heat waves more intense, more frequent, and longer lasting. This means that precautions that were once necessary only on a few days of the year now need to be part of the routine. Adapting to this new reality is essential. A good practice is monitoring the room temperature with a thermometer. This way, you can act before the heat becomes dangerous. Another strategy is adjusting your parrot's daily routine, providing more interaction during the cooler hours, such as early morning or late afternoon. Investing in environmental enrichment involving water, like frequent baths or water-related toys, is also beneficial. And whenever possible, plan permanent shaded areas. Caring for a parrot during extreme heat requires attention, responsibility, and adaptation. But with the right measures, it is entirely possible to ensure your bird's well-being and safety. Remember, your parrot relies on you for everything. Small, consistent care can make a huge difference in their quality of life. To finish, let's recap the key points. Observe heat-related signs in your parrot's behavior. Keep water clean and available at all times. Offer water-rich foods. Ensure a cool, ventilated environment, away from direct sun. Use safe cooling strategies. Avoid risky situations. Seek veterinary help at the first sign of emergency. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more about how to take better care of your parrot, keep following us. Caring well is an act of love, and knowledge makes all the difference. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you in the next video.